The dark web, a hidden digital realm, unknown to most internet users. It's a place that can only be accessed with specialized tools like the Tor browser, which anonymizes a user's navigation. The dark web has a terrible reputation as the internet's criminal sandbox, associated with illegal drug and weapons trafficking, hate speech, trolling, and child exploitation. But things are never that simple, even in the dark web. Tor grants a degree of anonymity that criminals can exploit, but it's also a lifesaver for people living under repressive regimes. With Tor, they can overcome censorship, organize for human rights, and escape their government's inhuman surveillance. This is the paradox at the heart of the dark web. The same technology that enables the worst in people can also bring out their most heroic side. Researcher Eric Jardine tackles this complex issue head-on in his groundbreaking paper. Among his most interesting findings is that Tor usage follows a U-shaped curve when plotted against a country's level of political freedom. Tor is exceedingly popular in liberal countries like Canada, the United States, and Europe, where people have access and diverse reasons to adopt anonymity software. But Tor usage also peaks in countries like China, Iran, or Syria, where the internet is heavily restricted and censored. In these places, choosing Tor is a necessity rather than a preference, a matter of life or death. Herein lies the crux of the dilemma. If digital anonymity is an armor that protects criminals, it gives the same protection to some of the world's most vulnerable and oppressed people. Most of Tor's infrastructure is in Western liberal democracies, so that's where most of the nefarious activity originates. But these countries don't reap many of the benefits Tor provides to those living under oppressive regimes. Jardine argues that a wise mixture of law enforcement and public policy is the answer. Targeted, intelligence-led policing can effectively combat the dark web's most pernicious effects without censorship or vulnerating Tor's legitimate applications. This approach requires significant investment in law enforcement training, technology, and international coordination. It also demands drawing a clear line to avoid harming dissidents, journalists, or oppressed communities. Jardine proposes policy reforms and safeguards to enhance the effectiveness and accountability of online policing, such as strengthening mutual legal assistance treaties, establishing clear legal frameworks for undercover operations, and forging closer partnerships between law enforcement and the private tech sector. Ultimately, there is no perfect solution to the dark web dilemma. As long as anonymity tools like Tor exist, some will exploit them for heinous ends. But simply ignoring the problem or trying to ban anonymity outright would be far worse, cutting off a vital lifeline for the world's most vulnerable and stifling the values of free expression and self-determination that the internet was meant to enshrine. The dark web is a microcosm of the human condition, an arena where light and darkness battle incessantly. To make progress, we must be smart in the technical area and come up with an evolved social compact that preserves our freedoms while eliminating problematic elements. It won't be easy, but it's a journey we must take together if we hope to redeem the promise of the internet as a global common that enriches and empowers us all.